Dividing rational algebraic expressions. How do we divide rational algebraic expressions? Let's have an example. We have here x all over y divided by m all over n. This is also like dividing two fractions. So we have here the major line, and on top will be our numerator, which is also a fraction. We have here x over y, which is m all over n. Okay, so to divide algebraic expression is also like dividing fractions. If this is our numerator, so our numerator here again is x over y, and just like the rule in dividing fractions, we are going to multiply the numerator by the reciprocal of the denominator. Okay, so we will multiply this by the reciprocal of our denominator. The reciprocal now of our denominator will be n all over m. And then proceed with multiplication. X multiplied by n, that will be nx. Okay, we have to put this in alphabetical order, so n comes first before x. And then we have to multiply y and m, and we will have here my. Okay, we cannot simplify this anymore. Therefore, x over y divided by m over n, that is equal to nx all over my. And this is our final answer. Let's have another example. We have here 4x squared minus 4x minus 15 all over x squared plus 2x minus 8, and this will be divided 2x squared minus 11x plus 15 all over x squared plus 6x plus 8. To divide rational algebraic expression, we are going to multiply this by the reciprocal of this algebraic expressions. Meaning to say, we are going to multiply this by the inverse, so this will now be on the numerator and this will be on the denominator, but this will be multiplication. Okay, let's proceed. Okay, so we will now have here 4x squared minus 4x minus 15 all over x squared plus 2x minus 8. And instead of division, this is now going to be multiplication, and this will now be the reciprocal. X squared plus 6x plus 8 is now on the numerator, and the denominator will be 2x squared minus 11x plus 15. And as the rule of multiplying rational algebraic expressions, before we multiply, first we have to factor out the different terms. Let's factor out 4x squared minus 4x minus 15. The factors of 2x squared is 2x, so 2x multiplied by 2x. And the factor now of negative 15, which will give the sum of negative 4x. Okay, when we multiply this, okay, the factors of negative 15 using trial and error, it will now be positive 3 and negative 5. Negative is on the larger factor because we have a negative sign here. And then let's get the factors of x squared plus 2x minus 8. The factors of x, we have here x multiplied by x, and the factors of negative 8, which will give us positive 2x. Okay, the factors will be plus 4 and minus 2. So plus 4 here, and minus 2, that will give you the sum of positive 2. And then we are going also to factor out x squared plus 6x plus 8. What are the factors? The factors of x squared, again, that is x multiplied by x, and the factors now of positive 8 that will give us the sum of positive 6. This will be plus 2 and plus 4. And let's factor out 2x squared minus 11x plus 15. The factors now will be 2x. Okay, so 2x squared, its factor will be 2x multiplied by x. And then the factors of positive 15 that we will use will be negative 5 and negative 3. Okay. And then we can factor out, or we can cancel terms that are the same. And we can now cancel terms that are the same on the numerator and the denominator before proceeding to multiplication. Okay, let's see. We have here the quantity of 2x minus 5, and we also have here the quantity of 2x minus 5. We can cancel this out now, since this is now equal to 1. And we also have x plus 4, the quantity of x plus 4, that is also equal to 1. What's left now will be the quantity of 2x plus 3. So we have here the quantity of 2x plus 3. Multiply this by x plus 2. And this is over the quantity of x minus 2 multiplied by x minus 3. And we can now proceed to multiplication. Using the FOIL method, we will multiply 2x by x, and then we are also going to multiply 2x and 2. So 2x multiplied by x, that is equal to 2x squared, and 2x multiplied by 2, that is positive 4x. 3 multiplied by x, that is positive 3x, and 3 multiplied by 2, that is positive 6. Okay, so we multiplied here positive 3x, and we multiplied also positive 3 and positive 2. And for our denominator, okay, we will multiply first x and x. So x multiplied by x, that is x squared. And then we are going to multiply x and negative 3. So that is negative 3x. And multiply negative 2 and positive x, that is negative 2x. And lastly, negative 2 times negative 3, that is positive 6. And we can combine like terms. So combining like terms, we will have here 4x plus 3x, that is positive 7x. So this will be 2x squared plus positive 7x plus 6 all over x squared negative 3x minus 2x, that is negative 5x plus 6. Therefore, 2x squared plus 7x plus 6 all over x squared minus 5x plus 6. This is now our final answer. Here's another example. We have here the positive 36a raised to the power of 5 and b raised to the power of 2 all over 48. C raised to the power of 4 and d raised to the power of 3. And this will be divided by 12a raised to the power of 3 and b raised to the power of 5 all over 24 c raised to the power of 2 and d raised to the power of 4. So to divide rational expressions, we are going to multiply this. We are going to change this into multiplication, and we are going to get the reciprocal of this. Okay, again we will have here 36a raised to the power of 5, b raised to the power of 2, all over 48, c raised to the power of 4, and d raised to the power of 3. Instead of division, we are now going to proceed with multiplication, and we are going to get the reciprocal of this. So for the reciprocal, the denominator will become the numerator, and this is now 24 c squared. Okay, let's erase this. 24 c raised to the power of 2 and d raised to the power of 4, all over 12 a raised to the power of 3 and b raised to the power of 5. And before we multiply, let's factor out first those that can be factored. 24 and 48, we can cancel 24 here because 24 is common between the two. 24 divided by 24 is 1. 48 divided by 24, that is 2. How about for 36? We can also cancel this because 12 divided by 12 is 1. And 36 divided by 12, that is 3. Okay, a raised to the power of 5. We also have here a raised to the power of 3. So we are going to subtract the exponents by 3. 3 minus 3, this will now be 0. And 5 minus 3, this is now positive 2. How about for b? Okay, we have here b raised to 2 and b raised to 5. We will subtract the exponent by 2. So 2 minus 2, this will now be 0. And 5 minus 2, this is now 3. And then we also have here c. c raised to the power of 2 and c raised to the power of 4. So subtract this by 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. And 4 minus 2, this is 2. And lastly, we have here d. d raised to 4 and d raised to 3. Subtract each exponent by 3. 3 minus 3 is 0. And 4 minus 3, that is equal to 1. Okay. And then let's write what's left. We have here 3. And then we have a raised to 2. b raised to 0, this is equal to 1. So no need to write here. And then c raised to 0, that is also equal to 1. Same with 24, it is now 1. And we have here d raised to 1. This is equivalent to d. This will be divided by, okay, so 48, what's left of 48 is now 2. And then we have c raised to 2. d raised to 0 is 1. And then we have here a raised to 0, that is also 1. And b raised to the power of 3. b raised to the power of 3. And there are no terms that we can simplify anymore. Therefore, 3a squared d all over 2c squared b cubed. This is now our final answer.